Did you know that only 2/3 of millennials believe that the Earth is truly round? My purpose today is to persuade you that the Earth is round. Being someone who was raised believing that the Earth is round, the Flat Earth movement has surprised me greatly, and I've done extensive research reviewing peer-reviewed articles, journals, and publications by experts in the field. The Flat Earth idea has been growing rapidly, and whether you disagree with it or agree with it, I will provide you with enough evidence today to objectively conclude that the Earth is indeed not flat. I will first start by listing the problem, then two causes of this problem, and finally the solution. With our roadmap in place, let's begin with the problem. The problem is that people believe the Earth is flat. Firstly, according to the Flat Earth International Conference website, they hold annual conventions throughout the United States. They have these conventions to discuss the idea of the flat Earth. This shows that there are multiple people that come together to form an organization and a lot that believe in the flat Earth. Secondly, according to the article, Flat Earthers Keep the Faith of Denver Conference, posted by The Guardian, a respected British newspaper, they claim that over 650 people attended the last Flat Earth Conference in Denver in 2018. This shows it's not just a handful of people, but hundreds of people coming together to visit these conferences. With the problem in mind, let's move to the causes. There are two main causes. First, they do not trust mainstream science. Omar Moalem, a journalist and author who attended the Flat Earth International Canada Conference in 2018, interviewed many of the Flat Earth believers. He says that the general consensus was that most people believed that the science of proving the Earth was round was made up by the government to control people's minds. So why does this matter? According to Ted Gortzel's book, Conspiracy Theories in Science, he quotes, "Responding to conspiracy theories and skeptics draws scientists into areas where objective information matters less than emotional appeals." What he's saying is these people's thoughts are putting down science and questioning the credibility of it and confusing people in public. However, these people have no evidence that the Earth is flat either. They just believe that when they say that the evidence is false, that they can get away without providing their own, and all of their evidence is either speculatory or anecdotal. The second reason that people believe the Earth is flat is they are influenced by media. According to author John C. Padilla's article, The Flat Earth Phenomenon on YouTube, he quotes, "YouTube remains singularly important in promoting flat Earth ideas and encouraging development and its supporting arguments. This shows that YouTube has become a popular platform for the flat Earth idea to spread. However, this information is not provided by experts. In the book, Social Media as an Information Source, author David Westerman, Patrick Spence, and Brandon Vanderhyde are quoted as saying, "Information provided in news channels often lacks professional gatekeepers to check content and thus lacks some of the traditional markers used to determine source credibility. This means it is our job as the consumers of information to determine what is true and what is not, where in the past, that was the role of the media provider." Now that we understand the problem and some causes, let's address the solution. The solution, which is to oppose, has two main benefits. The first prevents people from spreading false information about the Earth. According to a Cornell University published article, False Information on Web and Social Media, a survey, authors Srijan Kumar and Neil Shah quote, "False information can be created and spread easily through the web and social media platforms, resulting in widespread real-world impact. This shows that the idea is more than just the idea itself, and that denying facts can cause harm and confusion to people that are researching it. The second benefit is it teaches people to think critically. This is covered in the book, The Teaching of Thinking, authored by David Perkins and Edward Smith. It quotes, "Figuring out what to believe in a wide variety of contexts is an especially important aspect of modern life, and to do that in a rational way requires the ability to judge the plausibility of specific assertions, to weigh evidence, to assess the logical soundness of inferences, to construct counterarguments, alternative hypotheses, in short, to think critically. It describes the important skill of critical thinking in life and how it applies on a daily basis, and that can be applied to this subject. In conclusion, opposing the flat earth theory helps prevent false information and help promote critical thinking. With this in mind, let's review what we've learned today. First, we learned that the problem is many people believe that the earth is flat. In this chart, it shows that in recent years there has been a huge spike in the amount of Google trend searches for the term the flat earth. We learned about the annually hosted events about the flat earth and the hundreds of people that attend these events. Next, we learned 2 reasons why people think the earth is flat. The first is they do not trust mainstream science and believe it's created by the government. Secondly, they're biased by their media channels in which they're obtaining this information. Finally, we learned about the solution to this problem, which is to oppose the flat earth theory, and that it has 2 benefits. One, to stop false information being spread about earth, and also to help us think critically. The debate on the flat earth is one that has intensified greatly in the last 10 years. Many people choose to ignore the science behind it and have hopped on the trend of the flat earth. Whether it's due to social factors or ignorance, the flat earth theory has far and wide-ranging complications in the social aspect. Today I presented you with information that clearly shows the flat earth theory is not based off of objective evidence, but instead is a social construct. Whether their intentions are good or not, them promoting the flat earth theory is a disservice to society. It can have large complications it puts on science and its credibility and recognizing fact versus fiction. I urge you to think critically and better our society by understanding the earth is not flat.